Hey, this is Krenstar, and I was watching a video. I think Mick Gordon was giving a presentation at the GDC Games Developer Conference about 7 years ago about how he made the sounds for Doom. And one of the things that struck out at me was how he made some of the gnarliest bass sounds on that soundtrack. And what he described was a nice foot pedal array of what he did to get try to get that sound, and I kind of wanted to follow suit with some of the effects to get kind of emulate the same thing he did in that talk, where he was talking about I have a sine wave, and if you can't hear it, you probably need to wear some headphones or do something. If you're probably listening on a laptop or a cell phone or something, you probably can't hear the basses. I have a sine wave, and this is just cranking on a normal sine wave. I have the filter turned off, I have the sub off, no noise, and I got a little ADSR action here, or envelope. And basically, it's just going through right now a blank FX layer. We're gonna add to this because basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 4 things in parallel to give it a really truly unique sound. And then we got an oscillator and a spectrograph. And right now it's definitely a sine wave. It has all the characteristics of a sine wave, just to show that we're not adding anything in it yet. So getting to that, what he's done is he's added 4 layers. I guess you can't add a layer without adding stuff in. He added 4 rows of devices. The first devices were, I think, a lot of distortion. He added one row of a feedback loop that was kind of interesting, along with some like a spring reverb. Another one, he added like a phaser or a flanger type of setup. And I forget what the third one was, but basically they were all just massive foot pedals. We're using Bitwig here, so we're not gonna be doing foot pedals. We could with Guitar Rig. I do have a couple of amplifiers, but what we want to do is we kind of want to emulate the same thing. So basically, like, the other key characteristic of what he did is he kind of used one of the layers here to feed into the other layers when it comes to using a compressor. And I think that was to maybe shut off certain sounds when the one layer got really loud, or it's really silent, depending on stuff. We could do that too. But basically, like, if I was to want to do some type of distortion, I have several available right here. So we can do cold fire. And it could take a while to load up. We could do kind of a random preset. And it's already affecting the sound as well as the oscilloscope here. No longer a perfect sine wave. And then we could add another distortion. And then at the end of it, I think he had something else, maybe a reverb or something, and then a splitter that went into the other 2. But we'll figure that out later. Okay, so the other one we want maybe some phase distortion on a second layer, on another layer. Pretty cool. Maybe add a little bit of dirt. This is from Native Instruments. And it's already changing the kind of characteristic of our sine wave, obviously. So the last thing we want to do is we want to slap on maybe a compressor. I think he said he messed with the ratios a lot, or the attack and release a lot. All right, and we're gonna keep that on there. All right, so we have 2 distortion things. So let's get a little crazy. We could do some, maybe some chorus, maybe a bit of delay with the chorus. Now the feedback is we have with the delay in here, so we can add all kinds of crazy stuff with it. So let's like say frequency shift, and we can get like a shimmer effect. And then slap a compressor on that one. All right, so I think distortion kind of helps with the adding harmonics, which kind of throws the chorus off or something like that. I figured out with the flanger, the phaser, it's the same difference. We need to add something else, otherwise it doesn't sound right. And that echo gives it a really wild sort of distortion, or the distorting kind of echoing effect. Now what we could do, now that we have all these 4 channels, we can sit there and mess with the sounds of them and kind of drown out other ones. So we could take the end of this phaser right here, and we can mess with the compressor on this side. There we go. That's kind of oh, there it is. YouTube vision. Oof. And we're gonna grab this one. Whoops. This one. Phaser out. That's not entirely too bad. So now if we go and we grab something and we say, get it on a really low, we got kind of a really cool bass line going. It's kind of a work in progress, but you could probably see what I'm trying to do with it. And then we could probably just add in maybe a kick. Maybe a bit of a snare. The dogs have zero chill. After messing with it a bit, I think what I wanted to do is add some kicks, add some snares. The kicks kind of overlap with the bass, so we're gonna kind of remove the bass, and it kind of makes it a little bit more funkier. What I want to do is add in some keys, something really simple. And transpose it up a few octaves. Kind of want to ride off the bass line a bit. overall, not a bad little music idea there. Kind of, kind of weird, kind of catchy, kind of slow it slightly. Of course, it needs a bit more work. Probably add a couple more bars onto this. Maybe about 2 to 3 more bars. Got a 4-bar type of lead on the melody. But the overall, the bass is kind of a cool little thing going on back there. The beat, you know, the kicks could be add a little bit more punch. Maybe add more compression or kind of more drive. Fruity. Hope you liked the little arrangement I did. It's definitely something to play with. I think I'm getting better on this. But at any rate, hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and I will catch you later.